Alright, let's jump right into today's biggest headlines. First up, the Senate just squeaked through President Trump's massive new tax bill, and when I say squeaked, I mean it. The vote was 51-50, with Vice President JD Vance swooping in to break the tie. 3 Republicans broke ranks and joined all the Democrats in voting no. Now, what's actually in this bill? Well, it locks in those Trump-era tax cuts, eliminates taxes on tips, raises the debt ceiling by a whopping $5 trillion, cuts clean energy incentives, slashes funding for sanctuary cities, and tightens Medicaid and food stamp rules. According to the nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office, this bill is going to pile on over $3.3 trillion to the national debt and cut health care for about 10 million Americans. Trump wants to sign it before July 4th, and the House is under pressure to push it through fast. Switching gears to media and legal drama, Paramount, the parent company of CBS, just agreed to pay $16 million to settle a lawsuit with Trump over a controversial 60 Minutes interview featuring Kamala Harris. But here's the catch. The money doesn't go directly to Trump, it'll be earmarked for his future presidential library. Paramount won't apologize, but they have agreed to release full transcripts of all future presidential interviews, with some exceptions for national security. Critics are already worried this might open the door to political interference in the newsroom. Let's talk immigration. Trump and Florida Governor Ron DeSantis just opened a new detention center in the Everglades, nicknamed Alligator Alcatraz. It's designed to eventually hold up to 3,000 immigrants and costs $450 million a year to operate. The facility was built in just 8 days, which is drawing protests from immigrant rights groups, lawsuits from environmentalists, and a lot of concern about building something like this in hurricane country, especially when endangered species are involved. Now on to retail. Lululemon is suing Costco for selling what they call dupes of their most popular gear, think the famous scuba hoodies and ABC pants. Lululemon points to TikTok trends using hashtags like #LululemonDupes as proof that Costco is profiting off their brand image. They're demanding damages and a jury trial, but so far Costco's staying quiet. In tech, Cloudflare, one of the internet's biggest infrastructure providers, just launched something that could totally change how AI companies operate. They're letting website owners charge AI bots like ChatGPT a small fee every time they scrape content. To put it in perspective, Google scrapes a site about 14 times per visitor, but OpenAI does it 1,700 times and Anthropic, 73,000. Major publishers like Time, AP, and Condé Nast are already signing up, either demanding payment or blocking the bots altogether. Quick hits before we wrap up. Fed Chair Jerome Powell says Trump's tariffs are keeping inflation high and stalling interest rate cuts. The University of Pennsylvania just banned transgender athletes from women's sports after a federal probe, restoring titles and sending apology letters to affected athletes. Manufacturing's been shrinking for 4 months straight, Apple's exploring AI partnerships for a smarter Siri, and Columbia University could lose its Ivy League status. And in the Middle East, Trump's announced a 60-day ceasefire deal between Israel and Hamas on Truth Social, warning that Hamas should accept or face worse. So that's your news update for today, packed, fast, and to the point. If you want to stay ahead, hit subscribe and I'll catch you in the next one.